Here's a perfect example of how there is a two-tier justice system that is out there. It's not the one that you think it is, so get that out of your mind to begin with. Gone girl kidnapping faker Sherri Papini sentenced to 18 months in prison. 18 months of prison with a $300,000 fine, despite prosecutors seeking just 8 months for the mother of 2. Oh no. Didn't want to put a mom away for faking her own kidnapping, okay, putting the police through an entire rigmarole, trying to lay the blame at some other, just helpless dude that's out there. Oh, we only wanted to give her 8 months, and then the judge gave her 18, even though the charges laid at her feet requested 5 years. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Unbelievable. California mother, Sherri Papini, need to get that right, who mimicked the plot of Gone Girl, has been sentenced to 18 months of prison. Papini, 39, must also pay $300,000 in restitution, according to a senior U.S. District Judge William B. Shub. Prosecution were only seeking an 8-month prison term and 3 years suspended the sentence released for Papini. During sentencing, Shub speculated that Papini would still be telling lies today had she not been gotten caught. Yeah, exactly. Why didn't you prosecute her to the fullest extent of the law then? Mother of 2 must turn herself in by November 8th. Wait, what? So she still gets to roam free? A liar, a conniver, a manipulator. Just show up by November 8th, okay? And then we'll get some of your sentence out, but then we'll let you out for Christmas or some shit like that. Or if you want to take your kids trick-or-treating, we'll figure out a way to fucking make this work. Unbelievable. In addition to her prison sentence, Papini will undergo 3 years, 36 months of probation. She had pleaded guilty to faking her own kidnapping and lying to the FBI. Perjury. Fucking prosecutable perjury to the feds. Lying to the feds. Oh, but we only want a couple of months for her because she's got 2 young kids. She's 39 years old. She should be thankful that she could even give birth, you crispy old bitch. Papini could have faced 5 years for lying to the feds and 20 for faking her own kidnapping. Years, not months. And people are mad she got 18 months. Oh, the prosecution was only seeking 8, and then that mean judge gave her an additional 10 months. How fucking how unbecoming. 20 years for lying to the fucking... Oh, unbelievable. Papini disappeared from Redding, California neighborhood when out for a jog. Oh, we had another jogger type situation. Actual running, not, the funny way of talking about black people. Married mom of 2 returned weeks later, almost 100 miles away, dazed, battered, and bruised. Oh, so she tried to concoct a story, and if somebody fitting the description, if they would have turned up, they would have got prosecuted there, and oh my god. Depending on how far she would have taken the lie, there could have been some dude on the fucking hook for kidnapping, imprisonment, rape, attempted murder, all of that stuff. 18 months. Unbelievable. Oh, and insisted she was held captive for 22 days by 2 Latina women. Oh, okay. Investigators began to uncover Papini's past leading up to her disappearance, including the involvement of her ex-lover. Prosecutors said she convinced to help her amid domestic abuse allegations against her husband. I wouldn't be believing anything this fucking bitch has to say unless you have tangible receipts. Oh, she looks so sad in that situation. Oh, I gotta turn myself in a couple of times. She's got those eyes. You know exactly what I mean. Like, she isn't sad that she got caught, okay? She's concocting another plan in order to figure a way to garner some sympathy. Unbelievable. During a sentencing hearing, prosecutors said that it was vital that Papini serve out her full sentence in prison. In the court filings, they wrote, there needs to be punishment for her conduct, while her lawyers argued that a house arrest would be more appropriate. Why? Why would you want to return to a house? She said that she was held captive for the better part of a month, so why would you want to keep her captive in a house? House arrest only if she gets partitioned into a linen closet. In addition to 1 month behind bars. Wow. Her lawyers are house arrest and 1 month behind bars. What? Serving every other weekend? Like it's a fucking custody hearing? Unbelievable. The fine is the losses incurred by California Victim Compensation Board, the Social Security Administration, and Shasta County Sheriff's Office, and the FBI. They put out a $300,000 investigation for a fabricated fucking lie because what? She was out there getting ran through for 3 weeks? Oh my god. Leaving the court alongside his client, lawyer William Portanova, told the media the court did not miss the mark. He knew her heart at the time he sentenced her. He's trusting her with what we consider to be a fair sentence, even though it's longer than we wished, but it's shorter than what she deserved. He went on. We know that under the next several years of supervised release, Sherri will continue to demonstrate to the court that he made the right bet. I wonder what the parameters for the conditional release are. She's not allowed to lie about anything, because that would be tough, especially for somebody who concocted such a plan. Here we go. When Papini arrived back home, she told the hoax of her disappearance and convinced the world of her story before she was formally charged earlier this year. Investigators began to uncover Papini's past leading up to her disappearance, including the involvement of her ex-lover's prosecutors. Prosecutors said she convinced to help her amid domestic abuse allegations against her husband, trying to blackmail him with, hey, you got to keep this going, otherwise I'm going to say that you beat me all the time and you can't be trusted because who's going to believe you because you're a man. Oh, this story makes my fucking skin crawl. The mother of two was arrested in March after fooling the whole world about her disappearance. I don't know if I heard about this. Anyways, her husband reported her disappearance in November of 2016 when she failed to pick their children up from school. Okay, so this was a long time ago. Her cell phone and earbuds were later found on the running track she used. Oh, I'm sure, were they in the case as well? And this might have been before Bluetooth was like really well circulated, so it was those shitty old Apple ones with the fucking, cord. Now you can't even plug those headphones into an iPhone because what's the deal with getting rid of the headphone jack? Ugh, I feel like an old hack comedian. Weeks later, she was found tortured and starved to death by her captors, whose faces she never saw. 22 days being held captive, but you can tell that they were two Latina women? Okay. Before being dumped by the side of the road on Thanksgiving. Oh, how appropriate. Listen, I can only stay for so long. I gotta go home and cook a turkey for my kids. The yam is never gonna be made correctly if I'm not there to do it. Please, por favor, please return me. Unbelievable. Just a fucking dusty white woman. Unbelievable. Oof. Time has been tough. 34 years. Oof. Even still. When Papini was found, she had bindings on her body and self-inflicted injuries, including a swollen nose and blurred brand on her right shoulder. Oh my gosh. So she went all out on this. She had other bruises and rashes on many parts of her body, ligature marks on her wrists and ankles, and burns on her left forearm. Her signature blonde hair had been cut. Is this bitch famous or some shit like that? Was she like a proto-TikToker, or what are we talking about? Papini's antics were eerily similar to those of main character in Gillian Flynn's smash hit thriller novel Gone Girl. Ugh. Feminist fucking garbage, which was later turned into a filler starring Rosamund Pike as as a vanishing wife. I prefer it when it used to be called Runaway Bride. Police said she made up the whole story to get attention and was staying with her ex-boyfriend for the 22 days she was missing. Yep, getting fucking piped down. I didn't even know about this, but I could already fucking figure it out, okay? She wanted to go out there and just get one more fucking thorough ran through. Okay, they were probably doing some wild shit. Do you see all the injuries that she accumulated on the time? Apparently, this is the dude that she was shacking up with, James Reyes. Of course, he got a big old fucking beard, right? I'm sure he's got a fucking baby arm, as opposed to the dude that she was, oh my god, yep, you got Beta Brad right here. The lines never lie. Take a look at who's leaning in, okay? Take a look at who has a more loving embrace, whose eyebrow is more cocked towards the one that they love, as opposed to performing a very toothy grin towards the camera. Kids aren't even his, I'd imagine. Fucking cock. But anyways, let's get back to Dollar Store Keemstar. Mother of two convinced James Reyes, her ex-boyfriend, to pick her up and drive her to his Southern California apartment after telling him that her husband, Keith, was abusing her. Of course, right? So she's like, I could use some abuse. Here's some rope and abuse this old axe wound. Reyes, 37, previously confessed to the plot after being identified by DNA found on Sherri's clothes through a familiar match. She told the police how he and Sherri dated in 2006 and loved each other. Oof, he probably loved one part about her. Doesn't really have that much of a figure, but maybe she was a little bit more voluptuous in 2006. She randomly got in touch with him in 2016. Again, he said, 10 years later. Okay, so she was 34 at the time. They were 24. She was probably a piece at that time. Her reaching the end of her, viable sexual market value years, having that one last hope. Oh god, there was this one Hispanic guy that I used to fuck around with, and I wonder if he's doing anything for about 22 days. You can't make this shit up. Neither can she, actually, because she got caught for it. Papini and Reyes then spoke on prepaid cell phone, sorry, arranging for her to run away for months before November 2nd, when he collected her from Reading and the alleged hoax started. The ex-boyfriend admitted to investigators that he thought their relationship would become romantic once they were back at his apartment in Costa Mesa, but it never did. So why were you putting up with her for 22 fucking days if you guys weren't even fucking? Oh my god, here's the situation, okay? I'm going to be frank with everybody, but I'm Dawn. Anyways, I'm hanging out with a bitch 22 consecutive days. If we ain't fucking and we ain't family, you are out of here. Okay, because A, I'm a busy man, and B, you got better places to be, and C, I just don't want you in my fucking space. Not for that long. Oh my god. But then again, that's the quality of people that this fucking Becky attracts to her life. Instead, Sherri took over his bedroom and slept on the couch. She locked herself away in the room, starved herself, and cut her hair, then started inflicting injuries on herself. I would have been calling the cops the moment that she takes over your bedroom, and it's like, we're not fucking, and you're staying in my bedroom? All right, bet. And again, she always photographs like she has crazy lady eyes, mostly because she has crazy lady eyes. But look just again, some amateur body language here. Who's turned into who's facing the camera? Simple as. Rhea said how she convinced him to brand her with a hot tool. How? It's like, you hit me with this hot tool, and then you can hit me with this hot tool. Then asked him to drive her 7 hours north back to her home in Reading on November 24th. He also said Papini caused herself self-inflicted injuries while staying with him. Yeah, no, we already got that part. He was unaware of the media storm that had been brewing over the 3 weeks because he didn't have a TV. Oh, this guy's a total fucking loser. He said he was duped by his wife and later filed for divorce in April. Yay! Congratulations. 2 days after she pleaded guilty to faking her own kidnapping. Well, sorry, bro. The couple married in 2009, so 7-year itch. Literally, you can't fucking make this stuff up, guys. And shared 2 children, Tyler 8, Violet 10. Okay, so 6 years ago, Tyler was 2, Violet was 4. So I don't quite remember all this stuff. So she's just like totally useless out there, because if this dude wants full custody, even though he's probably going to try to be Captain Save-A-Ho, I can fix her. She's not going to be a positive force in these kids' life, and thankfully for the most part, these kids probably won't remember a bunch of the stuff other than the current trial that's going on right now. Like, they won't be terribly fucked up by this narcissistic rampage. And if this dude just keeps himself in a decent shape, like, he's probably, well, even still, he's gonna have 2 kids, a sympathetic story. He's gonna be able to get all the box that he wants. Just, this should be a huge red pilling moment for him. Okay, somebody should send him a copy of the Rational Mail and just do him a solid. In a statement earlier this year, Papini apologized for the pain she caused her family and friends. Oh, of course. I'm deeply ashamed of myself for my behavior, and I'm so sorry for the pain that I've caused my family, my friends, all the good people who needlessly suffered because of my story, and those who worked so hard to try to help me. Oh my god, just the narcissism is off the fucking charts. You aren't sad that this shit happened to me, or to happen to you, okay? You're just sad that you got fucking caught. I will work the rest of my life to make amends for what I've done. But you're not supposed to lie anymore. Papini said in a statement released by ABC 10, Papini had received psychiatric care for anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder. Post-traumatic stress disorder for a fucking story you made up for yourself, and anxiety and depression? Yeah, you caused that on yourself. Ever since her return, more than $30,000 worth of treatment, for which she billed a state victim compensation fund, in which now part of her restitution. Unbelievable. Like, wow. She was ordered to pay $128, that's either $12,800 or $128,000, because Daily Mail copy editor, hey, hi, you should probably hire one, in disability payments, and a GoFundMe campaign that raised more than $49,000 to help the family. Holy, this bitch was milking everybody. In the criminal complaint, police detail how Papini and her husband spent money donated to them by strangers on her therapy and on improving their home. Improving their home? Oh, making their place bigger. That, well, thankfully, unless he also has some other skeletons in his closet, is going to be a nice place for him and his kids to grow up. Roman Catholic deacon and news anchor Mike Mangus revealed the upcoming HLN investigation documentary, Runaway Mom, the Sherri Papini story, that investigators found a new marking on the supermom's shoulder when she returned from her abduction. The sheriff asked me, because I am a deacon in my church, asked me about a certain Bible verse. Oh my God. Prostitutes belong in the same category as tax collectors. Is that the verse that you're talking about? I'm told of Exodus 21:16, and it says something to the effect of, if anyone has kidnapped somebody, they should be put to death. Oh, inshallah, my friend. Well, if she'd adhere to the Quran instead of going away for 18 months, we'd have a much easier solution to this shit. Abdul, get the rocks! So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.